everyone, I'm Indy, one of Sitel's language specialists in Nicaragua, and today I have a grammar tip for you. The past tense regular verbs, the pronunciation of ed endings. Now, when you apply for a job, the interviewer wants to get to know you. So they will ask you a series of questions about your routine, your hobbies, your studies, or your past job experience. So you're going to be using the past tense a lot, and you want to sound fluent and knowledgeable. So let's look at the board. The past tense regular verbs, like I was saying, are otherwise known as ed endings. Let's read these sentences and see what is off. First one, I work yesterday. He called his sister a few days ago. She need a job last year. I'm speaking present. I'm also speaking about the past. It's confusing. So, what is missing from these verbs for them to be past tense? Well, we're going to add the ed. Okay, now it changes. But if I don't pronounce it, it's as though I'm saying the present tense. Most of us would go ahead and read this like worked, called, needed, because of the spelling. But did you know that the past tense regular verbs have 3 different sounds? These are phonetic symbols from the International Phonetic Alphabet. They're pronounced t, d, and id. What do these equal? The ed ending of the past tense regular verb. But how do I know which one to use? There are many rules, but I'm going to share 2 with you for each sound. Let's take these 2 verbs, talk and work. All I need to focus on is the last sound of the verb, not the spelling. So it has a k sound. So when I add the ed, what do I need to do? Pronounce the ed like the sound. Talked, worked. Another tip. We have kiss and mix. First one's easy. The last sound is s. The other one's last letter is x, but the last sound when I pronounce it is s, mix. So all I need to do is when I see an S sound, when I hear an S sound at the end of the verb, I need to pronounce it like t. So I will say kissed, mixed. Let's go on to the next one. I have the verbs study and continue. What are the last sounds of these verbs? Well, they're vowel sounds. What am I going to do when I apply the ed ending? Well, in the case of study, I have to write IED. And in the case of continued, I just need to write a D. How will I pronounce this? Study, and add the D, studied. Continue, with that sound. Next one. I have the verbs believe and sob. What are the last sounds of these verbs? Well, the last sound of believe is a V, and the last sound of sob is a B. When I apply the ed ending to the V and B sounds, I will pronounce them like the phonetic symbol d. Believed, sobbed. And the last one is the easiest, the id sound. I have these verbs, need, depend. What's the last sound of these? Well, it's a D sound. All I need to add is the ed And this is the easiest way. Needed. Just like that. Depended. The other one. Wait. And want. The last sound is a t sound, just like the first one. So when we add the ed, all I need to do is pronounce it like up here. Waited. Wanted. Those are the three sounds. Now let's apply the pronunciation to the following sentences. What am I going to do? Pay attention to the last sound of the past tense verb in the base form. In the first case, I have a k, so that would be the first rule, and that has a t sound. In the second case, a vowel sound, that would be the second rule, and that has a d sound. The last case, it has a t sound, so I will add the last rule. Now let's read the sentences. He talked to her already. I continued the English course. She waited for an hour. Sounds much better. Now in an interview, if they asked you, what is your most memorable moment? What would you say? Think of the verbs you'll use and try practicing in the application of the pronunciation. That will be all for today. Bye.